What's up, guys? How you guys doing, guys? Busy. You guys so what know this. Like, I would say thank you for guys who have been watching my channel. Like, thank you for watching my channel as well. Today, I'm gonna do like basically like the basic stock games and all that, and basic news, like basically like basically the new one and all that, and then basically I'll come back basically on PS5 weeks, I'm gonna play games like basically next week. Basically next week, I don't know. Basically next week or next week. The next week, Monday, like next week, or the next week, or the basically after the basically next week, or 2 weeks. Basically, like after 2 weeks, I let you guys know because I'll come back. Basically, come back and see you. Basically, come back and how about you guys like do much film channel and like the channel as well and just film channel like going as well and film channel as well because they love basically showing them that love my channel as well. I love the game channel as well because like I didn't like watching music like watching um games and all that and I just love basically all this because I might go back basically my games basically my games as well and watch like a lot of things like a lot of things like no play more games with my game channel so I'm playing more basically more stuff on my YouTube channel all that and feel like playing more games like FIFA like Call of Duty and all that all kind of games like God of War as well but I might finish like basically God of War as well and God of War like what so when I finish I play Spider-Man play all that and playing like bunch games as well then basically as all coming so I might this basically that game coming like this year basically coming out this year and coming out this year only this year on PS5 like next gen like all that you got PS4 I'm sorry but this basically the upgrade version PS5 is only on PS5 guys all the PS I think on PS some game on PS4 as well and some game on PS4 as well yeah I really don't know you don't know but just wait.
One of you finally give me what I desire.
Welcome to Mojo Plays, and today we're taking a look at every upcoming PlayStation exclusive.
You're a pawn, a slave to forces you cannot comprehend.
For this list, we're looking at the games you can expect to be only on PlayStation from both first-party and third-party studios. Which of these games are you excited to play on PS5? Let us know down in the comments. Before we begin, we publish new videos all week long, so be sure to subscribe to Mojo Plays and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos. Final Fantasy 16.
To leave us to die when our bodies are spent.
I'll crush him! Flay him!
In our video about our most anticipated PlayStation games of 2023, which if you haven't checked out yet, you should definitely go and do so, we said that some of the cues that Final Fantasy 16 is pulling from are going to make this an interesting entry in the franchise. But after seeing the state of play uploaded in April 2023, we're fully on board. This looks to be the most fun Final Fantasy has been in a long time, not counting FF7 Remake, of course. June 22nd cannot come soon enough, and we're looking forward to our journey into Valisthea, I hope I said that correctly, alongside you. Marvel's Spider-Man 2.
You'll wait for this, yeah. You'll wait for this. I know Spider-Man. Basically, lost Spider-Man right now. Hear a lot about him. Hear a lot about him because, like, I'm basically for Spider-Man. I played all the Spider-Man games, so I played all the Spider-Man games and played throughout the Spider-Man, the first Spider-Man on PS4, second Spider-Man basically Miles Morales as well, but I really hate basically the gameplay. Basically, I really hate Spider-Man. I don't even like Spider-Man. No, I don't like basically not basically my Morales was just like not basically well good game, watch a good game, but not basically not my basically not basically one battle, not much co basically like feel like I see Spider Man like basically like not much like fight just basically like it's like basically like more basically like inside soldier all that. But basically this the Miles the Miles Rush was not basically not my favorite game. And the basically was not my favorite game at all. But not the game like one basically was not even not my favorite game. That's what one of three Spider Mans. And the first one was actually brilliant. Basically, was actually so different than like I think 2018. That's what it was. I think it was 2018 or something like that. The first time I think it was 2018. I think so. I think it was 2018. But just want to say that basically like the first one actually was brilliant. The first one. The second one, what my challenge was just like North and North basically North battle with that. Well, just like this, the one with North base, I didn't even like it. I didn't even like my challenge game because it, it basically was like Spider-Man is my favorite game at all. Spider is one of my favorite games to play. It's not one of my favorite games to play, but Spider-Man the movie, Spider-Man the game, like full time boss. My mouth around the gameplay, just like not my type. Basically, just not my. I'm sorry guys, but I said not it's not my favorite game. Mouth around is not my favorite game. But the first game on PS4 was just brilliant. It was just brilliant. On Spider-Man, the first one was just actually brilliant. Was so beautiful. Actually, it was so beautiful. Okay, so because I was on the inside of the just talking about you actually wait for Spider-Man right here, hit it up, like hit the shot as well. I basically come in years I take one see me play Spider-Man Mount Spider-Man 2 on future because coming this year on this year. I think basically I'm not talking about that basically mainly October or November basically it's on November, I'll be so damn happy. I'll be so definitely happy, guys. It's just run on my life on November. I'm so damn happy because I'll be so damn happy. You comment that thing later. I'll think I'll tell you guys something like that.
For as long as I can remember, I have looked for an equal.
This is arguably the most anticipated PlayStation game of the year for us here at Mojo Plays. Insomniac's 2018 game was truly marvelous, pardon the pun, even when considering the ham-fisted stealth segments with MJ and Miles. But with the improvements made in the Miles Morales spin-off, we're confident that the sequel will turn out to be the best Spidey yet.
Will one of you finally give me what I desire?
There's just one question we're begging to have answered. Will there be co-op? The most we've heard recently is Venom.
There's no co-op in games. There's actually no co-op. There's actually no co-op. I wish there were co-op. There's actually no co-op in this game. I just wish there actually co-op in this game. There's no co-op in Spider-Man 2. There's no co-op in Spider-Man 2. There's actually no co-op in Spider-Man 2. I don't know, but just show YouTube that actually no even co-op in Spider-Man 2.
Venom's voice actor leaking the release window, which is September 2023. Baldur's Gate 3.
And when I tried to buy it back, it cost me everything. I must finish what I started.
Baldur's Gate is making a triumphant and long overdue return as a timed exclusive for PlayStation 5. But what truly makes us amped for this game is the studio developing it, Larian Studios. These guys are responsible for the incredibly successful Divinity Original Sin games. With their passion and dedication to developing fleshed out and imaginative RPGs, you know that Baldur's Gate 3 won't be anything less than great. Our only concern is the August 31st, 2023 release date. Given how little we've seen of the game, could Larian hit its target? In Larian we trust, but if you need more time to iron things out, take the extra time, please.
Bow before me. Bow before the absolute. Bow!
Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
He wants to reclaim his birthright.
How many Final Fantasy games are coming? How many Final Fantasy games are coming this year? How many? Like, bro, how many Fantasy games are coming this year?
Roll over the planet with Genova at his side.
As of the time of this video, it seems we'll be getting 2 Final Fantasy games in 2023. Final Fantasy XVI and the sequel to Final Fantasy VII Remake. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth continues the story in this remake trilogy of the 1997 original, and surprisingly, Square Enix already has a launch window set, Q4 of 2023.
What we've done, that's set in stone. The past is forever. But the future, even if it has been written, can be changed.
However, we're a bit skeptical to believe in this window, as it usually signifies a publisher's lack of confidence in getting the game out before the end of the year. And Square has a pretty bad history in announcing games way too early. Regardless of when it does come out, the only way you'll be able to play this will be on PS5, and maybe PC later on.
I feel like I failed you.
This game, you're not ready for it.
Stellar Blade. Now, this, of all the PlayStation games coming out in the near future, this is my personal favorite. In case you didn't get the memo, this was the game that was originally announced as Project Eve for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. Well, plans and names have changed. Stellar Blade is coming sometime in 2023 and will only be available on PlayStation 5.
Basically shot, basically Blade, something like that. Because basically this old, basically old girl, like, you know, that basically old type of car. I don't even know, basically this old basically old game that we played, like with Blade, like, I don't know what name it is, but it's one of my favorite games to go basically with Austin or Blade. You got Blade and all this, like high heels, like she wearing black, long hair, basically all that with like glass. But I don't know what type of game. I don't know what type of game I need to play a lot. Like, bro, this old thing, I was just shocked. And like I would say, like Blade coming back, like bro, actually doing better and better. Like I thought basically all that. So like, you know what I mean? Like I read up. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about, basically all that. I'll show you like all that. Say Blade, some of that. I don't know what kind of games like this. Blade, some of that. Just go with glass, some of that. But I don't know what kind of game. I think like more than that, some of that. But you know what I mean? Because like.
Developed by Korean studio Shift Up, Stellar Blade looks excellent in every facet. Gameplay, visuals, the whole 9 yards. Sadly, we haven't seen anything of the game since September 2022, and we're hoping it isn't about to slip out from 2023. Come on, just look at the gameplay here. You can't not get excited for a game this intense. This looks awesome.
고용의 천사여, 이번에는 우리를 구원할 수 있겠는가?
I cannot buy this game. I cannot buy this game. So I cannot buy this game. I cannot buy this game at all. So I don't even know. Yeah, I cannot buy this game. I'm telling you guys to like see what it is, how good it is, and how basically I might buy this game or not. But wait and see.
Rise of the Ronin. With 2023's schedule for PlayStation out of the way, we can finally get to the more exciting stuff, the games that will define the PS5 over the next several years. Or so we hope. Rise of the Ronin is coming to us from Team Ninja, the studio behind the Ninja Gaiden games, the Dead or Alive series, and more recently, Wolong Fallen Dynasty.
I will watch over you all as your blades carve a new future.
If Wolong clicked with you, well, Rise of the Ronin should be on your radar as it aims to deliver another fantastic action RPG experience for those who loved Nioh and the games that inspired it. No release date has been given just yet, only a 2024 release window, but here's hoping it shows us all why we bought a PS5 in the first place. Marvel's Wolverine.
Marvel's Wolverine. Oh my days. Guys, I can't wait, man. Really, I can't wait in this game from Spider-Man Wolverine. Oh my days, man. I was telling you that when I played this game, like basically when I played this game and played Spider-Man as well, that Wolverine, I was sure one of the top best games throughout this, like Wolverine or Spider-Man. Wolverine or Spider-Man had basically choose one. Basically, when movie came out, when we come out like pretty soon, like next year, I might say like, well, we'll do this. When it's finished Spider-Man, get Wolverine, like basically get Wolverine and all that. I think like, okay, just like, guys, Wolverine or Spider-Man. I'll give you a choice here later or that, like, working more better, like for you play, like. Basically, before you play and playing all that, like, can't wait in this game, bro. I can't wait, funny. I can't wait coming this year. But watching like things, I can't watching like Wolverine last year. Like basically last year, just waiting. Who's gonna meet it? When are we gonna meet it? Going next year. Oh yeah, going next year. Alright, and then now they're going that, bro, this chill, now we can easily, like, all that, go to 2024, can't wait.
For now, inside.
I played basically, sorry, I played basically like the first Wolverine, but basically the first, like the demo of Wolverine, like based on that, like I might get it, so I might get on PS5, see that, like getting on PS5, let you guys know if this like Wolverine, okay, just want to get it.
Insomniac has all hands on deck to get Spider-Man 2 out the door and ready for us, but the crazy part is that we already know what's next for the studio. Marvel's Wolverine has been under development for several years now, and it's the first X-Men game we've had under any capacity since the
7 years. Damn. You're waiting Wolverine. You're a Wolverine fan, you're a Spider-Man fan, you're like fuck it, because like I played both games, basically both games on what console, like the story, all that, and then the emotion was like the story, like no better, like we rate it so much. I can play them more upgrade all that.
mobile game based on Days of Future Past. Even stranger is that we already have a window for when we can expect the game, 2024, and no details are going unnoticed either. Insomniac has already confirmed the game will be as violent and bloody as we would expect from a game about Wolverine, and has already received a mature rating from the ESRB. Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic Remake.
Peace is a lie. That is what the Sith believe.
Unfortunately, the remake for KOTOR has seen development troubles since it was first announced. After a demo was shown to Sony and LucasArts, publisher Aspyr fired the game director and art director before they themselves were fired. Clearly, no one was happy with the direction the remake was heading, and Aspyr has since been replaced by Saber Interactive to helm development.
They promised power. Now they wield it.
Nothing has been shown since this change of hands occurred in summer 2022. In other words, we may not see anything else of the project until a couple of years from now. Death Stranding 2. Death Stranding was perhaps the biggest surprise hit of 2019. Just as folks were growing skeptical of Kojima and his team, it proved to resonate with not just fans of Kojima Productions, but several other corners of the gaming community.
You know, I meant it when I said I understand how you feel.
It wasn't until December 2022 when Death Stranding 2 was officially announced, and for what little we've seen, it looks to be as surreal and eerie as ever. What we do know is that connecting the world might be coming back to bite Norman Reedus in the ass.
It's time for you to hit the road and start a new journey.
$300 for that and $2,000 for this, way too expensive. But today I'm going to show you guys how to get all this stuff for a lot cheaper.
The Last of Us multiplayer game. Over the last few years, we've known about Naughty Dog working on a new multiplayer game set within The Last of Us. It's been in the works since around the launch of Part 2 in 2020, or probably earlier than that. Unfortunately, the most we have gotten from Sony or Naughty Dog has been just marketing fluff, which is not very exciting. You know the talk. It's talks about goals, about universes, about player choice, and we want our players to engage in a way they never have before. It's all code for live service. No release window or hint of one has been given at all, but surely it's got to be coming soon, right? I mean, it's been some time. It's been some time since Part 2.
Ellie, we should go.
Silent Hill 2 remake.
Oh my days. Basically, I cannot basically all my friends love basically. Like, I know a lot of basically my hard games from that. But one of my friends, one of my friends, she go about basically she like a love horror games. Sure, I really hate horror games at all. Or play, but I get scared. You know, I play basically, keep it in. Like, I was so scared not to put them in and don't finish. No, Resident Evil. I just like quit the game, that's it. Basically, I just really hate it. That's all my friends gonna play that basically. She never gets scared.
Konami is finally coming back to the games industry, but rather than make the games themselves or
I can maybe she actually love this game come out. I'm sorry, but I don't know on PS4. On PS4 will be happy. On PS5 she will not be happy.
putting out these collections like they have been doing with Castlevania, they're passing projects off to other developers. One of the first will be this remake of 2001's Silent Hill 2. Behind the project is Bloober Team, a studio that has garnered a mixed reputation in the corner of horror gaming. With every hit like Layers of Fear and Observer has come duds like Blair Witch and The Medium. However, Bloober Team has insisted that they will be, quote, preserving the atmosphere that made Silent Hill 2 so exceptional while modernizing many aspects of the game's overall gameplay, end quote. No release window has been given, but it will launch as a timed console exclusive for PlayStation 5. London Studios Camden.
This is for the microphone hogs. This is for the divas.
Now we're getting into the more mysterious projects coming. Sony's London studio has seen several successful outings over its decades-long run, mostly consisting of iToy and SingStar. Outside of that, they've only really done a PSVR title, Blood and Truth, which, by the way, exceptional game. One of the best VR games I've ever played.
Ah, shit!
So what exactly could Camden be? Well, we don't know. The most London studio has said about the game is that it will be a co-op multiplayer experience set in a fantasy version of modern London that will launch on PlayStation 5, and it will not require a VR headset. According to studio head Tara Saunders, it's their, quote, most ambitious project to date, end quote. Horizon Zero Dawn remake or remaster.
But what hope do we have here, outside the embrace, alone?
I wasn't judging you. I was an outcast once.
In October 2022, the internet threw itself into a fit of rage upon hearing about this project. Various sources spilled the beans that Horizon Zero Dawn was getting remastered for PlayStation 5. Yes, you heard that right. A 2017 game is getting a remaster in the near future.
After all that's happened, I need luck as much as the tribe needs those skins.
These sources claimed this version could see several new enhancements for technical performance, visuals, accessibility, animations, and more. One source in particular compared the project to The Last of Us Part 1, a remake that was very divisive at launch, in private messages with Colin Moriarty, founder and owner of podcast network Last Stand Media. You can currently play the original Horizon Zero Dawn on PlayStation 5 with increased resolution and frame rate performance. Just saying. Horizon Online game.
Get the signal going. Trouble's on our ass.
Yes, Sony is all in on the Horizon train, so you'll be seeing a lot of robot dinosaurs over the next few years. For the time being, Guerrilla came out themselves to confirm this project's existence in December 2022.
You have nothing to worry about on that end, trust me.
An online multiplayer spin-off of the Horizon games is underway, and we could see it within the next couple of years. While no details about the game have been given, some footage of an alpha build leaked back in February 2023, and obviously we're not going to show it because the last thing we need is a DMCA.
Of course, by all means.
Get in, fella.
Get your fox on.
Ballistic Moon's codename Bates. At the time of this video, both Ballistic Moon and its debut game remain a mystery. This UK-based studio is currently working on a horror game for the PS5 codenamed Bates.
Well, if you want anything, just tap on the wall. I'll be in the office.
Thank you, Mr. Bates.
Norman Bates.
Strangely enough, legal documents and job listings suggest Ballistic Moon has already been acquired by Sony as a part of the PlayStation family, yet Sony nor Ballistic Moon have said anything of the matter. This would mean, though, that whatever Bates is, whether it's based on Psycho or if it's inspired by Psycho, whatever, it's an exclusive for PS5. Fire Sprite's codename Heartbreak. Heartbreak is yet another horror game coming to PlayStation 5, and it's coming from Fire Sprite of all places. For those unfamiliar with the studio, Fire Sprite was acquired by Sony in 2021 after years of working on games like the Playroom VR and the recent Horizon Call of the Mountain.
Find out why the machines are attacking.
Nothing has been shown for Heartbreak, but the studio's quality work since its 2012 founding shows there is promise in the team's future. Twisted Metal, codename Red Star. This is another one of Firesprite's projects, and it has seen a couple of weird turns of events here. First off, the project was taken away from Lucid Games, the developer of 2021's Destruction All-Stars, as some staff members were poached and sent to Firesprite.
Don't blink! We've got a hero vehicle waiting in the wings, people!
Secondly, a leak in October 2022 listed Red Star as a vehicular combat multiplayer game. Considering the monumental failure that was Destruction All-Stars, that could only mean one thing. Twisted Metal's coming back, baby. Here's hoping that Peacock TV series helps get this game off the ground. It's time for Sweet Tooth to return! Sumo Digital's codename Carbon. Yeah, the last game we're talking about today isn't even coming from Sony or their first-party studios, but Sumo Digital. The Tencent-owned developer is currently working on a project codenamed Carbon. Given the studio's history in developing racing games, well, put two and two together. The question is, what kind of a racing game could this be? The aforementioned leak lists it as an open-world multiplayer game, but that doesn't mean it is not a racing game. Could MotorStorm be coming back to maybe rival Xbox's Forza Horizon? Or maybe we're getting a crossover kart racer with various PlayStation characters featuring an adventure mode, just like in Crash Team Racing? Or, by some wild stretch of the imagination, what if this is going to be Mod Nation Racers 2? Come on, we gotta get Mod Nation Racers again, guys. It's been way too long. Mod Nation Racers 2, make it real. Please be real.
Which means you get to go somewhere nobody else in the world gets to. Mod Spot. Knock yourself out.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, there
Guys, thank you for watching, guys, and hope you guys see you next time. You said what game, but I'll give one double, but you said on 2020, next year will be the next year, 2024, let me know why I play Grizzly or Spanner, because Spanner is a comment on Grizzly. Seeing like the 12th month, or usually coming this year, I can't wait, I think like Christmas, maybe the Christmas of this year, or this year, but this